Welcome to his house, where we gon' run our mouth, while sipping purty, that's purty, yeah, that's on me. Okay, now, so apparently Britney Spears speaks about the altercation, and she says that she has not received an apology, and she seems to be in good spirits and back to old Britney self currently. So let's see what she's talking about. Because I was one of the people who said I felt that God deserved to protect his person. And I also was doing a little comedy despite that. So she could have easily been talking to a person like me. And if you're watching my channel, Brittany, shout out to you, girl. I'm proud of you. You're coming back to your true self. And I'm here for it. So let's listen to what Britney Spears had to say. Because she was posting.
Touch them or even came near them. Point being is, I didn't appreciate the people saying that I deserve to be hit, because no woman ever deserves to be hit. I simply tapped him on the back, and I was backhanded, hit my face, and came back on the floor. My best friend picked me up and held me. And I did get an apology at my table. Hi, so I wanted to share.
Dang, it sounds like she still kind of hurt from that. Okay. But anyway, I saw some about that on the Shade Room. Shout out to the Shade Room. They keep you informed. We follow each other. I'm just playing. All right. So yeah, it's definitely the Shade Room is about that life of finding out what's going on in the world. So check out the Shade Room. Like, they are on a roll. Okay, so back to the Britney situation. I had to speak on it because I definitely said that, but it was only based on the observations I had seen on social media, because people are going to assume, okay, and I very well much did. To be honest, I was very terrified a couple months ago watching Britney's social media. Okay, I'm just gonna be clear, to where I had to disconnect. So I don't know what she has been doing in the last 4 to 5 to 6 months. And maybe that's me, because what I had seen 6 months ago, I was like, oh, heck no. Like, she's spiraling out of control. Not only is she doing these spiral spins, but she's spiraling out of control. And I'm not here for it, baby. I was a little concerned. So I said what I said based on the concern, because, baby, I promise you, I I'm sorry. I promise you, if somebody would approach me, not saying Britney, if somebody would approach me with the same energy Britney was bringing on his IG, it would have been a one and done. Period. Laid out. Okay? No, nothing else to explain. However, she was a female, but both parties were turned around, so it wasn't like they knew it was a male or female. Now, most of the time it is the female who's touching the man. I will say that. However, if you're turned around, you really don't know. And I feel like he just did that like reflex. Don't get me wrong, like I've done that before, and I was like regretted later. It's just like boom, get away. You know, he didn't pull out a gun. He didn't punch a fist. It was a hand push away. However, I feel like it did kind of hit the hand, because the force that it went back in was not necessary, and I feel like he was not called for. But however, if he was not trying to avoid the situation, I feel like he would have been more receptive. But he'd already told his person not to stop, not to entertain anybody, not to cause a scene. So they were already in a predestined mission to keep it moving, keep it pushing. And yes, no, I wouldn't say that hitting a person is ever okay. Okay. And nor do I feel like touching people who don't want to be touched is okay either. However, Britney didn't hit him hard. She didn't even really hit him. She tapped him on his back, or put her hand. It wasn't even a tap. She put her hand on his back. And all I said was basically it only takes one touch. Because I know for me, It would have took one touch. All I'm saying is, if a person wants to do you in, it only takes one touch, one time, one opportunity for the security guard to slip and miss his motherfucking mark. That's all I was basically saying. And if you had that with NSYNC back then, that was then. People are not as weird as they are now. I don't, well, I guess they are, but I'm just saying, like, people now are throwing stuff at people on stage while they're singing, which is beyond me because I never knew that was a thing. But apparently the people want to get knocked out, and I don't understand why you would go to somebody's concert, throw something at them in front of everybody, knowing they see you. You're not invisible. Throw a phone, throw whatever on stage. Like, people are crazy. That's the only way I would say that would make sense. You are delusional. So you gotta be careful. Because why pay a ticket to come see by somebody that throws stuff at them? People are just weird. They don't stay in the house no more. After COVID, people want to get out. And forgive me for not being on your page. I didn't know if you was in or out. The times that I had watched before, it didn't seem like you was getting out besides doing stuff that was crazy. And true enough, what you do has nothing to do with your potential, but it does leave an impression. That's all I'm going to say. And the impression that I got was something was not okay. Something was not stable, something was not normal, and that was just my opinion. And if you touch me and you're acting the way that I've seen, it's going to be a problem. That's all I was going to say. Now, hopefully you have embraced your Britney-ism again. It appears that you have, because you really stated that statement very proper, prim, and etiquette. To be honest, I didn't even really know you talked. I'm just being real. Now, I seen that you typed a whole bunch of hoopla and hoo-ha, but the way you were acting, I really thought we were visited by some aliens. And that's just the easy way to put it. I was gonna say something else. I was just say you was inhabited by other species, vessels, and you weren't yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. But for that moment when I looked at this clip, I thought it was you, girl. And I'm here for it. If you coming back to Earth with us, I'm here for it. And I'm sorry that you haven't got your apology publicly, even though you said they did come to your table. But I do feel like the public humiliation could be a little much, just because of the fact that he kind of hit your hand kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie. But probably to him, it wasn't that hard because some men are heavy handed. But I know to a person of certain races, they're not even used to hitting at all. So that definitely would probably be a shocker to you. So for that, yeah, I feel like, yeah, you probably would have needed a apology. So y'all go ahead and apologize to this woman for the public humiliation that she had to endure. But just let people know publicly not to freaking touch you, or they might get slapped. Not Britney. I'm just talking about people in general, so they'll know not to come run up on you, because they might get done up on you. Just let them know. And then they can't say, oh, I didn't know not to. What I say? Black out. What you say? You trying to touch me? Okay, no. Black out. You knock them out. Then it's understood, like, don't touch me. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what people have going on behind the scene. You don't know what death threats. You don't know what people be in his DMs saying, I'm going to kill your father, your mother, your sister, your brother. You don't know what the freak they saying over there. I think you don't know. And so you just have to be respectful of people's boundaries. If a person is clearly walking, despite the fact that they heard you talking British, or unless it was the other woman talking British, but somebody that was watching said it was you. I don't know. I don't see how you can get hit and talking British at the same time. I don't know, but that's beyond me. But maybe you got multi talents. That's all I'm saying. So I didn't think it was you, but they said you was talking in British. So if you clearly know that somebody's calling your name, but you continue to walk, that sounds to me like a person who does not want to be bothered, does not want to be touched. And no, I don't feel like violence is the answer, but some people wake up choosing violence. They just do. And some people do things because they know you're not going to use violence. And if you do, they'll be wanting to sock it to you and all this. So at the end of the day, you have to be prepared to use violence just in case somebody wants to use it on you first. Because somebody gonna get got. Just don't let it be you. And don't get caught slipping is all I'm gonna say. Now, the fact that hand, now he, like I said, he hit the hand kind of hard. I mean, because your hand went back, but I think it only went back because you weren't used to that. Now, black people, we done seen that before, but to you, it probably took you off guard. And girl, just go on and don't touch people no more. You'll be okay. Well, keep serving tea, and that's on me. All is allegedly, that's per tea. They say that we're purty, you like when you do dirty. It's so thirsty, sipping that purty. Per tea, it's so freaky dirty. Body getting bigger, like stick figures.